Welcome to Tibalt's Apprentice. This is going to be something of a cheat because out of the 2 out of the 3, and I have a 100% win ratio, I'm actually playing it against Sparky first. We're going to do this video a little bit differently. We're going to see what the combo is, talk a little bit about the cards, not too much. I am using some alchemy cards, even though I hate them, but that's just another story for another time. We are using Scheming Symmetry, and what we're doing here is we're going to set our hand up with everything that we need, and hopefully the opponent doesn't have a turn 4 combo win the way we do. It is a risk, I know, but let's see if they do. They're playing against red, and again, we're against Sparky, so we're not going to be in for that much of a challenge. We want to get this on the board as soon as possible and hope that it doesn't get removed, because since we are playing with these janky cards, I should stop complaining about this. It's out of the bag. Wizards of the Coast is about making money. That's it. It's not about the game. Anyhow, so enough about that. So we're going to be playing with this persist mechanic, and we're going to be abusing that. So that's why we have the goblin in here. I am going to go ahead and let's put this on the board. Another card that lets us get a wish, get a card that we want right away. I know that I need 4 mana, 1 of each color, a white, a green, and a black. I need a sack outlet, so that can be the either the Woe Strider or it can be the Altar of Dementia there. I want that Hobbit says there. Let's get rid of their board. Let's clean it up first. I don't want to go too wide. I'm already down to 10. Taking too much damage from too many sources is bad for me. Getting a little bit of life back with the Massacre is helpful. And now I've got my 4 mana. I think I'm very close to going off with this. I'm going to go ahead and pay 2 life. Let's get this down, and let's get this down. So anytime I play a creature, I will get a food token. The other way I could have played this was by playing the black enchantment that gives creatures that come back from the graveyard. Yeah, see, that was a risk. But I know that I've kind of got this next turn anyhow, so it's okay. I play the black enchantment that gets a +1/+1 counter on anything that comes back from the graveyard. Since the goblin has persist and will be coming back from the graveyard with a -1 counter on it. Did I just stutter? I think I did. Let's actually have fun with this a little bit and see what else is out here. The Woe Strider will also give us a extra creature that we can sack. If we had our hobbitses out there, we could have gotten a food token. But yeah, anyhow, playing this card right here is what's going to give you a +1/+1 counter if something comes back from the graveyard. Since the goblin has persist and is automatically going to come back with a -1/-1 counter, the +1/+1 will cancel it out, and we will have an infinite combo there. In a perfect world, it can all happen by turn 4. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, I want to play with this a little bit and show you that there was multiple win conditions here. We don't just rely on that Altar of Dementia. Or we don't just rely on the hobbits there. So, all right, let's end this. We're going to go to some actual games, but I am going to put my money where my mouth is. And once this thing is going, I've kicked it up to 8 times speed because I've described the combo. You're going to see the combo. You're going to see it over and over again, and who really cares? Just know that it works. So they're going to sack some cards. I'm going to sack a creature. Creature's going to come back. And that Meathook is also going to do a little bit more damage to them. And I just do this over and over again. It takes me a while to figure out I actually need to target the opponent first. But yeah, once I've got that down, they're going to mill a couple of cards. They're going to lose a little bit of life. I'm going to put that +1/+1 counter on there, which is going to counteract the -1/-1 counter. So when it dies again, persist brings it back with a -1. I give it a +1, cancels out. It's ready to do over and over and over. You wouldn't believe that this is 8 times speeded up, would you? So you can see how it gets a little slow and a little grindy. But we're going to put our money where our mouth is and actually see how this works in a real game. Obviously, it works against Sparky. Most things do. I'm going to just try and build value here just so you can see everything that can happen. Let's sack this. Let's take some damage, throw away some cards. Give that a +1/+1. When it came back into the battlefield, it gave me another food token. So obviously we have the cat in here. We don't have a cat oven, we have a cat altar going on. And since it's 4th of July and everybody's eating food, it's kind of like a picnic, right? Got to make those food tokens too. And yeah, just sack. It's going to be boring for them, maybe even boring for you, but a win is a win. And a lot of times they'll see this is coming and just scoop to it. That's okay. But if they don't, that's all right. Just enjoy your slow, grindy victory that's going to happen fast. Fast, fast, fast. Anyhow, I mean, the win's going to happen. Well, it's not fast. I just said it was going to take a long time. I don't really know what I'm talking about. I might be loopy. I didn't sleep a lot last night. Look at those food tokens stacking up. There's got to be some way to use those. But you know what? We concentrate on getting this first combo in 4 turns, so we don't have a lot of room to mess around with those extra cards. The deck list is below. You might want to tweak it. It is not a guaranteed win. You may want to think twice about burning your wild cards on it, but if you do, it can be fun, provided you think milling your opponent and pinging them to death is fun. Maybe you want a faster win con. I don't know. Turn 4 is pretty good to set it up, but you do have to grind it out. So anyhow, now that the game is almost over, we're going to move on to, see, just for variety, I'm going to sack this. So yeah, we're going to move on to some real games here in a minute, but this is how the deck is supposed to work. These are the cards you're looking for. This is the combo that you need to assemble, or one very similar to it. And with that victory, we will move on to ranked. Put your money where your mouth is, right? Let's do some ranked games and see how this performs. All right. So what's going on with you guys? Leave a comment below. What do you think about Arena? What do you think about Wizards? I was recently asked in a survey by Wizards, would I recommend this game to somebody else? And I honestly have to say no. Somebody that comes into a game store that already has some cards, I would absolutely sit down to play with them. I would teach them what little strategy I have and go forward. But I would not recommend somebody that isn't already familiar with the game to get into it. Just, I wouldn't. There's too many shenanigans that Hasbro and Wizards are up to. Hasbro, I'm going to blame it on Hasbro at this point. They want to make money. It's their cash cow. Let's see. What do I have? I have one portion. I have 2 portions of the combo. I need something to sack. I need a repeated sack outlet, though. Actually, no, I don't have. This takes a little bit more. If you're going to do this with the cat... Oh. Well, that barely counts as a game at all. Scheming Symmetry was too scary for them? What? Maybe they just realized that I was assembling a combo faster than they were. Well, I'll take it. Let's play another game. Let's actually do this and see how it works. That is ranked, though, so I did get a little bit of bronze on that. So, what was I saying? I was yammering on about Wizards and how much they are Hasbro and they're milking their cash cow. Yeah, people that want to, I guess it depends on why you want to play the game. If you're just playing, I'm going to say play Commander. I'm going to say come down to the local game shop and play. That's where it's really enjoyable, where you make friends and you get introduced to new strategies, things you hadn't thought of. Alright, I've got 2 Hobbitses. I have all the colors of mana I need. Let's go with green. I could pay a couple life and get the hobbits on the board next turn. I need to sack something. So I have a lot of... up against elves. Okay, this is maybe going to be a little bit more challenging. They're not going to have removal if they've got elves. They're going to be going wide. So let me assemble my combo pieces. That is a major part of it. I'm not sure why this stopped recording, but we're back at it. So, yeah. Elves going wide, going fast. That Meathook Massacre is actually going to help me out with a little bit of removal here. I'm not going to wipe the board entirely, but sometimes just being able to push them back a little bit is going to be enough to buy you those extra turns, those extra precious turns that you need. I have everything. Well, don't have everything. No, I need to get another land, and I'm on my way to assembling the combo. And again, they're going to take a turn or two to rebuild. Pay a couple life. It's worth it. This is going to give me a food token, so if I have a cat, I could bring it back. This will give me everything that I need now on the board, provided they don't get rid of the hobbitses. That's the only thing, because we need this for the cat. It's not a cat oven, it's a cat altar. Get the cat altar. That is going to be a potential problem, because that's a lot of mana. I could see me getting steamrolled next turn, so I better draw into something spectacular right now. Actually, the only thing that will help me now is a cat. I need to draw a cat. And hope that they can't go off. No, they've only got 2 creatures that can attack. Everything else has summoning sickness. I'm going to get another turn, and hopefully that's all I'm going to need. Like I said, this isn't a guaranteed win. This is not a win machine. It is something of a machine, though, because it works like an engine once it gets rolling. All right. Blockers? That would be foolish, wouldn't it? Easily take the damage and just, I have to get a cat this turn. That is not a cat. All right. How do we do this? We play the black. We're going to have to sack this. And what's the best thing to go? I guess I need the cat. Do I have enough mana? I have just enough. That's it. Game over. All right. Be aware of where those go. Sometimes you can put the things back in your hand. Sometimes you can... they go to the top of the deck. So be sure which tutor you're getting and what happens with it. We've got that extra... See, if we had extra mana right now, we would be using that to be able to scry the next couple of cards. But right now, I have this assembled. I've got to play perfectly. That is, not screw up and click the wrong button, not get distracted with something else. Don't accidentally sack the hobbits instead. Because if they untap... Yeah, there we go. That's it. Game over. Well, I hope you have a wonderful 4th of July, and thanks for tuning in to Tibalt's Apprentice.